I've dug up 50 incredibly rare Minecraft seeds that didn't get the love they deserved. These are the hidden gems, the weird, the wild, and the downright unbelievable worlds that slip through the cracks. Whether you're hunting for your next survival challenge or just love exploring the impossible, stick around, because the deeper we go, the crazier the seeds get. You won't want to miss a single one. Up first is an unbelievable lake spawn that you have to see to believe. This lake isn't just special because of the weird things you can find in the middle of it, but also because of the amazing structures you can find around it. The size of this lake is seriously impressive too. Imagine a meadow-top town all the way around looking over the lake. Right in the middle of the lake is a giant sinkhole, and I'm not exaggerating, this is big. Right at the bottom of the sinkhole you can find some ocean ruins, and there's also a floating treasure chest. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. On the edge of the lake you've got a village, an outpost, and a ruined portal. Plus a bonus village just over the other side of the meadow, so maybe you could build a tunnel connecting the villages. Before we jump into the next seed, I've got something super cool to unbox. I've been sent the brand new Red Magic 10 Air, a phone that's built specifically for gaming, and I'm putting it straight to the test. I'm going to show you some epic Minecraft seeds all running on this phone, so you'll get a full look at what it can do while still getting some awesome new worlds to explore. So I've been playing Minecraft for about an hour now, and this phone is honestly blowing me away. The screen is massive, 6.8 inches with 120 Hz refresh rate. I'm really impressed with how smooth it feels to play Minecraft on this. Even exploring seeds like this, where you're loading big terrain, the gameplay stays super fluid. No stuttering or lag, even when I cranked up the render distance, which can go higher than my Xbox One and my Switch, by the way. I think that's all thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip and their Red-Core R3 tech, which honestly sounds like a boss mob from Minecraft's next drop, but it's what's keeping everything running at high FPS. Yeah, I really like the design too. It's ultra thin and super comfortable, doesn't overheat either. There's this wild 9-layer cooling system with liquid metal in it. I didn't even know that phones could do that. It's the same tech used in gaming laptops, and it's keeping everything cool while exploring the seeds for hours. I think my favorite thing is how immersive the gameplay feels, especially with this phone's dual speaker and vibration feedback. Hearing all those classic Minecraft sounds and feeling every creeper explosion just feels really nice. It's the most fun I've had playing Pocket Edition Minecraft in years. There's so many more amazing features that I didn't even get to mention, so definitely go check out the Red Magic 10 Air using my link in the description. And now, let's get back to the seeds. This is the most incredible Badlands Island seed ever found. You spawn in a wooded badlands high above the ocean with views all around of one of the biggest coral reefs you will ever see. Drop down into the core of your hollow island and you'll enter an amazing lush cave. It's not often you spawn on a survival island with two amazing sections to survive in. Build all of your farms on the top and then build an epic lush cave base below where you can look out over the ocean. Let's take a trip to a spawn that will take your breath away. As soon as you launch this seed, you are greeted with the most incredible mountain views, towering snowy peaks, mesmerizing valleys, and dense forests all around. But the caves inside the mountains are just as beautiful as the outside. Right at your feet when you spawn, you'll notice a dark opening. Head inside where you'll find a ginormous lush cavern where dense vegetation, aquifers, and cascading waterfalls create an enchanting underworld for you to explore. Carve out your own mystical civilization down here, and even journey down to the ancient city. Seed 47 has one of the most colourful and breathtaking mountain landscapes in Minecraft. Imagine if this was the backdrop to your survival base. You would never want to leave. The Badland peaks extend all the way to height limit, making this the steepest mountain slope I've ever found. Another completed 12-eye portal has been discovered near spawn, giving you a super easy route to the end dimension. This time, it's conveniently being found under one of Minecraft's most beautiful villages. Rise up through the dripstone caverns to the plains village that is generated inside of a cherry grove and sunflower-filled crater. With villagers to trade with, a beautiful location for building, and an end portal ready to jump into, it doesn't get much better than this. This island hides one of the most deceivingly big caves in Minecraft. What first looks like an ordinary island cove quickly turns into one of the most epic caves ever. Once once you've transformed the island above, you'll have a totally new world to play around with down below. It's such a nice looking cave that combines a load of features including lushness, waterfalls, aquifers, deep dark, and a large lava lake. If you're after an island with a cave, it's hard to believe there'd be a better seed choice than this. At a first glance, this village doesn't look like it has much to offer, but it quickly exceeds expectations as you rise above the outpost to find it sitting tall on top of a woodland mansion. There's even some houses on top of the mansion too. I don't see myself getting a good night's sleep here. Climb back upon the meadow to find this crazy structure combo surrounded by winding rivers and dense forest of all kinds. It's a beautiful spot for such a chaotic cluster. If you ever wanted to farm bones and visit the end from the same place, this is the village seed for you. Above the surface, you'll find a desert village with both a blacksmith and a desert temple, meaning there's plenty of loot to be had. Dig down and you'll drop into an end portal room, which so very nearly generated with a double dungeon. Unfortunately, one's been chopped in half, but the skeleton spawner behind the portal is fully functionable. Inside of this mountainous snow biome, you'll be able to find one of the best lush caves ever found. Right at spawn, a cave opening that will take your breath away. From inside the cave, you can watch the snowfall and build the best lush base that anyone has ever seen. If you manage to pull yourself away from this magical location, take a trip through the White Forest and Ice Spike valleys till you come across more exposed caves and this incredible mountain view. This seed spawns you on top of the longest double structure ever found in Minecraft. It's an elongated pillager outpost on top of an even longer desert temple. Having this structure combination exist is rare enough, but actually spawning on it 233 blocks high in the sky makes this seed even crazier. You'll have to dig through the outpost to get to the archaeology room. After some brushing, build a lookout with the best vantage point ever, overlooking bamboo forest, mangrove swamps, and loads more to explore. This seed has an incredibly long Badlands Valley, and as you adventure through the valley, you'll notice 3 large lakes that form one after another. From Badlands Mountains, through bamboo jungle, and out to the ocean where snowy hills and cherry grove combine. There are so many biomes surrounding these 3 lakes. This could be the perfect seed for building a canal system that explores all the different biomes. Seed 39 has a village that climbs up another unique piece of windswept terrain. With incredible views like this, I couldn't help but show you this one again. With blacksmiths high above ground and a perfect hole in the middle, this terrain is really one of a kind. Let's calm things down a bit with a beautiful spawn that positions you high up on a daisy-covered meadow. The plateau gives you picturesque views of the surrounding forest rivers, and there's even some trail ruins ready for you to excavate. Head down the slopes and this seed gets even more chill, with a small forest island surrounded by a river. There's a village here too, but the villagers have been kind enough to leave the island just for you. I've always wanted to build a base inside of a woodland mansion, and if you're like me, this seed gives you the most unique opportunity to do just that. Right at spawn, you'll find a crazy tall mansion that towers high above the clouds. If you were to transform this into your base, you'd have the ultimate way to rule over your Minecraft land. Part of the cobblestone tower has even given you the perfect place to build an elevator up to the top. If you want a unique base like you've never had before, this is a spawn you need to try. It takes a special cave to make traveling 6,000 blocks worth your while, but this seed certainly doesn't disappoint. The new update is all about exploration after all. If your trails and tales led you to this enormous open-air lush cave, I'm sure you'd be pretty happy. It's so big you'll probably spend more time exploring it than the time it took you to get here. There's even a mansion right next to it for you to move into, so you can always have this spectacular cave right on your doorstep. There's some amazing lush caves in the next seed too, but it's the best mountain island spawn ever. This is the most incredible mountain island in Minecraft, and it's right at spawn. Mountains this impressive, emerging tall from the middle of the ocean, will be enough to take your breath away, but it's what's inside the island that makes this seed extra special. Jump through the cracks in the mountain slopes to find yourself in the most spacious lush cave you'll ever enter on a survival island. There's also a large hole in the mountain peaks that winds down to even more amazing caves. Up next is a village with the most beautiful lake backdrop. It's a dream village for archaeologists, as the village's paths lead you right to some trail ruins by the shore of the lake. Could you imagine brushing up treasure in a more picturesque location? There's also some inviting caves to explore, and if you head to the center of the lake, you'll find an incredibly long pillager outpost, as well as a sinkhole with hidden aquifers and exposed mine shafts. Seed 33 spawns you at the base of a monstrous mountain range that is home to my favorite valley of the year. Two max height mountains sit side by side, separated by this long and winding valley. The visuals here are just magical. I'm sure this one will spark your imagination. This seed spawns you high up on an incredibly steep mountain slope. If you can, make your way down through the valley until you reach the ocean. You'll find a tiny flat island with just enough room for your starter house. The island may lack in size, but these views are worth it as it looks directly into the stunning mountain valley. Imagine stepping out of your front door and seeing this at the start of each day. And if you look around the cliffs, you'll spot some fun caves for building in too. It's time to feast your eyes on Minecraft's most magical snowy terrain. Right at spawn, you've got a towering tundra where you can embark on an awe-inspiring journey through windswept overhangs and snowy white forests that climb up into the clouds. This untouched natural beauty is just waiting for you to come along and unleash your imagination. Whether it's a frozen waterfall retreat or a snowy lodge with sky bridges, you'll have help from two sets of villagers who also call this natural wonder home. And this pillager outpost is probably the highest structure you'll come across. With a secret base camp high in the sky, the pillagers tower over a village in the middle of the lake. You might think these villagers would be safe being so far down, but I've seen a few pillagers taking a ride down the waterfalls to get to them. Hopefully they fall into the sinkhole before getting to the villagers. Take a step back and you'll find all this craziness in a stunning location. Surrounded by meadows, forest and mountains, this is one of the most beautiful yet unbelievable locations in Minecraft. Here's a seed that spawns you on the coast of a large mountain range, directly opposite a mushroom island. Climb over the peaks and you'll find the perfect build location for the new update. It's a cherry grove circle with a small meadow hill right in the center. It's the perfect place for a little home with views of cherry blossom all around you. There's even a moat where you could bridge across to the cherry grove from your base, and you can build a path through the mountains in the opposite direction. But that's nothing compared to the caves you can find at spawn in this next seed. This world starts your journey in a beautiful meadow mountain valley with a village, an outpost, and a ruined portal. Head through the caves at the start of the valley, and you won't believe the terrain that you're able to find. There are huge, lush caves exposed to the surface, huge, spacious caverns that would be perfect for an underground base, giant lava lakes down in the deep dark, and so much more to explore. With so much potential both above and below ground, you'll struggle to find a better spawn than this. This seed spawns you in a meadow next to a dream mountain range for building in. Rise above the mountains and you'll notice that there are 3 separate zones for building in, and one of those zones contains a village and a woodland mansion. Right in the middle is a small section of jagged peaks. This would be the perfect spot for a castle, with paths leading down to the 3 zones and bridges crossing over to the outer peaks. If you're looking for building potential plus exciting structures, you won't find better than this. C26 makes its way onto the list for breaking the record of the highest dungeon I've ever seen. It sits at Y172. There's a house just above it which towers over the rest of the village, which scales down this epic terrain. This could be the most epic spider farm ever. Up next is a seed that spawns you on a snowy forest island in the middle of the ocean, with unbelievable potential for an epic underground base. Drop off your island's cliffs and you'll find a huge lush cavern that goes all the way through to the other side of the island. The ocean's waves crash into the cave, resulting in loads of waterfalls that lead down to even deeper lush layers. The further down you explore beneath the island, the bigger the caves get. It's the perfect spawn for building an enchanting underground civilization. C24 has an incredibly rare spawn, situating you in an unforgiving Badlands Valley. As soon as you load into this world, you'll be starting directly at this desert village that contains a pillager outpost. Following the houses up, avoiding the pillagers will bring you to a small, warm ocean sinkhole with exposed caves. The villagers and pillagers must be fighting over this water source, or maybe the treasure you can find at the bottom. Protect the villagers, raid the temple, build your base in the caves, and then explore the mountainous valleys surrounding you. But for the Minecraft players who prefer to build their homes from scratch, we found the perfect location to do it. Check out this beautiful closed mountain valley with a deep frozen lake right in the middle of it. On one side of the lake you've got a flower forest and unbelievably steep snowy slopes. On the other side of the lake you've got a mixed forest, a meadow and an exposed cave that leads you down to a mine shaft, and just an extra jump will lead you down into an ancient city. I'd love to know what you could imagine building here. This seed spawns you right next to an amazing quintuple blacksmith village inside of a cherry tree mountain circle. Unfortunately, the village comes with some dangers, which makes sense due to how much loot there is. There's an outpost on the edge of the mountains where pillagers are plotting their next move, and directly under the village you can find an ancient city with a huge lava lake and a mineshaft.
Emerge from the most claustrophobic ravine in Minecraft history to feast your eyes on this breathtaking Cherry Lake crater. By this large lake, entirely surrounded by steep, blossoming meadow walls, is where your 1.20 wishes will come true. It will be an adventurous trail to get here, but it's a place where endless tales will unfold. The only limit will be your imagination. Seed 20 begins your adventure right next to two incredible build locations, providing a spawn full of inspiration. Up first is a double lake crater surrounded by walls comprising of savanna, forest, and badlands. The symmetrical nature of the two lakes is something rare to find in Minecraft's randomly generated universe. Head on over to the badlands walls to find a wooden plateau surrounded by stunning river valleys. Whatever you decide to build in each location, you'll have the luxury of being able to connect them both when you're done.
Seed 19 spawns you in a beautiful area where a cherry grove and a flower-filled meadow meet inside of a giant frozen peak mountain crater. From one side to the other, this colourful mountain valley stretches over 800 blocks. There are some really magnificent views looking through the valley from the cherry forest, but it's the pillagers who have the best view of all in this Minecraft seed. You couldn't ask for a better centre to your world. Just imagine the things that you could build here. Whether it's a cherrywood castle or a huge Japanese-inspired Zen garden, I'm sure you'll come up with an amazing build that will match this amazing spawn. Here's a unique seed that would be perfect for 3 friends or a large build with 3 separate locations. The meadow contains a never-before-seen occurrence of 3 craters that are perfectly aligned one after another, and it's just a bonus that they're surrounded by cherry trees. The terrain offers a fun opportunity to tunnel through the hills so that you can reach each crater in no time at all. The middle crater even has an exposed mine shaft, and there's also a village nearby at a multi-river junction, which is also pretty cool.
Seed 17 has an epic mountain cave that you need to explore. The great thing about this cave is that it's right next to where you spawn in this beautiful spruce forest. Take a short walk up the mountain and you'll find it hard not to notice this giant cave opening. Jump on down to the lush floor below to enjoy this incredible view. Back above the cave, take some time to enjoy this stunning forest valley that leads you to a village with a giant ruined portal. There's also an inspiring Ice Spikes Valley, but if you want even more unique terrain, check out the next seed.
Check out this seed where you can find a house inside of a mountain. Have you ever seen a house this deep down in a cave? If I was this villager, I'd be very worried about vitamin D deficiency. Not to mention the amount of mobs you'll have chasing you every time you step foot out of the door. Maybe you can come along and light up this place. Keep the villager company, craft some underground farms, and forge a path that reconnects this house to the mountaintop village above. Seed 11 spawns you on the tallest survival island ever found. Do you think you could survive on a windswept island that pierces the clouds? You could either build a giant spiral staircase to get from the top to bottom, or hollow it out to create the ultimate ocean tower that watches over your Minecraft world. However you decide to survive here, you're sure to have a survival island experience like you've never had before. Seed 14 spawns you just around the corner from this epic lush mountain cave. Once again, exposed to the open ocean, you'll be lost for words when you experience this one for yourself. There's 2 lush levels for you to plan out your base and even a convenient entrance for you to drop into. Once you've finished settling in, sit back and enjoy the sunsets, or jump down to your basement where you'll find a deep dark mineshaft. The terrain feels alive in Seed 13 with these 2 giant eyes built into the meadow. There's so much building potential here. Trust me, you won't want to take your eyes off this one. You spawn in a snow biome with so many amazing features to kickstart your adventure. There's a basement igloo, a ruined portal, a pillager outpost, a great place to build, a blacksmith village, and even an Ice Spikes village. All around spawn too. Follow the frozen ruined portal river to the meadow where you'll find the eyes. The first has a central lake circled by 2 levels of meadow and forest. Tunnel your way through to the second eye where you'll find a beautiful island surrounded by a river. It's like one eye is a complete inverse of the other. You'll notice an exposed dripstone cave in the center of this island. If you're brave enough to explore this cave, you'll be rewarded with another double ancient city which is combined with an abandoned mineshaft. With so much exploring and building to do here, it'll be hard to pass up this seed. This seed spawns you next to a circular snow biome that's completely surrounded by swamp. With a village perfectly centered in the middle, it's the perfect opportunity to craft a giant snow globe full of snow villagers. Just imagine a huge glass dome covering the village with doors that lead you out to all of the witch huts and ruined portals that you can find on the edge of the swamp. Seed 11 spawns you high up on a chilling, snowy mountain. As you quickly scurry down the nearest slope in search of warmth, you'll be greeted by an incredible view of the valley below. It's here where you'll be looking to build your future home. It's a location that feels too beautiful to disturb, but I'm sure one of you can think of a build that'll fit perfectly into the surroundings. Being towered over by snowy peaks in all directions, you'll have to develop a tunnel system to explore the outer landscape. It'll be worth the digging because the mountain valleys scattered across this spawn are out of this world. This seed spawns you next to a gorgeous Cherry Grove mountain range, a cherry blossom village, and a small flower forest river island that would be perfect for building on. Once you've explored spawn, head up through the mountains to find something incredible. It's an 8-structure combination nestled into a meadow mountain crater. Above ground, you've got an outpost, a village, an igloo, and a ruined portal. And there's even an exposed zombie dungeon close to the surface too. Head down under and you can find an ancient city, a mine shaft, and a stronghold. That's 8 structures at roughly the same coordinates. From incredible heights to terrifying depths, check out this insane frozen lake sinkhole. It's one of the biggest frozen sinkholes ever found, so if you want some added danger to your cozy snow world, then this could be a good seed to try. As well as its size, it comes with loads of great features too, including some floating treasure, remnants of a mine shaft, some trail ruins hanging over the ledge, and even a village just a few steps away. I love frozen lake villages like this where you can slide across the ice. Maybe you could build something on the opposite side of the lake and bridge across the sinkhole to get to it. Seed 8 spawns you on top of a jaw-dropping chunk of windswept dark forest. As soon as you start the game, you'll tower over the world around you. There is so much building potential with this one, especially with the large exposed cave underneath that cuts right through the mountain. The steep cliff face provides great opportunity for some cliff bases too. Right next to it, there's even more amazing windswept terrain. The landscape is one that would make for a really unique survival experience. Maybe not as unique as the next seeds feature, as it is something I have never seen before. Are you ready for a Minecraft seed like you've never seen before? This world contains a broken jungle village that gives you rare jungle villagers, houses hidden between waterfalls, and an unbelievable drop down into the planet's core. What's even more unbelievable is what you can find at the top of these waterfalls. Rise up the sky tower and you'll encounter an upside down levitating shipwreck. This is definitely a first. Imagine having this as your sky base and riding down the waterfalls when you're ready to explore. This seed spawns you on another insane mountain island. The island is so big, it's able to contain a mountain that reaches height limit. There's a beautiful forest valley that cuts right through the center of the island that leads you to a village perfectly positioned between 2 mountains. You won't find an island village with better scenery than this. There's more amazing lush caves to be explored around the coast of the island too, if you like mountains like these.
Something else that is amazing to look at is this mountain island. With a large lagoon perfectly positioned in front of the mountain, it's almost like this island was custom made. Something else that seems too good to be true is the fact that the island has 2 villages that are connected by a cave that opens up where the mountain meets the lagoon. When you're in this village with the ruined portal, just descend down through the caves and you'll quickly pop out by the abandoned village on the shore of the island. This cave is perfect for connecting the villages and also building a secret base. You'll have plenty of resources to build too, because this island has 5 different wood types, including cherry wood.
Seed 4 is home to the most insane and terrifying open cave in all of Minecraft. Let me introduce you to the pit. You better watch your step because this huge hole is right at spawn. Jump down into this mesmerizingly large cave full of waterfalls, drip stone, a giant lava lake, and even an ancient city exposed to the open air above. Turn this into your ancient base and you'll have super easy access by flying down here with your elytra. Make your way to the back of the city where you can find a short tunnel to a second one. This cave just keeps getting better. You might want to build a fence because I've seen a few sheep fall down here while filming. Above the pit, you've got a village, mountain meadows, and rivers begging to be bridged.
Seed 3 is Minecraft's answer to a tabletop mountain. It's usually pretty tricky to build on top of mountains with their uneven surface, but this one gives you your best opportunity to try it. This max height mountain is so tall and
and so wide, resulting in a good amount of flat area for you to build on. When you're looking down from your build, the surrounding mountains will seem tiny in comparison.
Seed 2 is the spawn you'll never want to leave. It's the biggest mountain dome in Minecraft, and you literally spawn inside of it. The meadow enclosed between the mountain walls is truly gigantic. Would you ever need to adventure over these mountains when you have this much room? You could fit an entire kingdom in here. I'd love to see someone completely fill this area in survival. It would really be a sight to see. There's even a village inside of the crater if you're on Java Edition. The possibilities are endless with this one. What are you going to build here? Seed 6 has a real unique location for building. It's a circular plains biome that's entirely surrounded by ice spikes and snow. Inside the circle, you'll find an island that would be the perfect spot for your house. Just imagine stepping out of your door and seeing ice spikes and a gentle flowing river all around you. Hop over the river and there's plenty room for your farms and even a ruined portal too. There are also 2 villages on the outskirts of the circle and even some cherry grove to help you with resources. It's a small patch of life within these vast frozen lands. Maybe you'll be the one to live in it. Let us know which seed was your favourite in the comments, and if you'd like to continue your seed search, click the next video.